Over in City, Man City, they blew a 3-0 lead to draw 3-3, which still sounds incredible to Feyenoord. Despite ending a 5-match losing run, City head into Sunday's game against Liverpool, having failed to win in any of their last 6 matches in all competitions. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola. This is what he had to say after their side let a 3-0 win slip out of their hands.
Of course, disappointed. Looks like a lose to a game, so difficult to swallow right now, and we are not stable enough, to do it. And it's not about no run or the commitment or nothing as that. But football, you have to be in certain moments do it, and right now it's. But yeah, improve. What can we do? So rest 1 or 2 days and prepare Anfield.
What is going on? I know it's such a sort of a blanket question, isn't it? Like, what's going on? But you've been there as a footballer, right? You've got a better insight than us, than most of the listeners right now. What is happening at City? How can a team that's that good just struggle so much of recent?
It's a tough one. Mentalities, you have to say, is probably an issue as well at the minute, which you never really associate mentality with Manchester City, because for so long they've been so dominant. Yeah. Like, even when there's times it's tough, they've managed to dig in and grind out results. They've got to win 10 games in a row. They go and do it. They find something from somewhere where others have faltered. I mean, to beat Liverpool 96-97, that's like 97 to 96 points. Yeah. That mentality is different. Yeah. Like, to keep going and keep going. But for whatever reason, they just haven't recovered. Like, they haven't recovered. And I think the 4 years of going back-to-back for 4 years has taken its toll a little bit, because we almost look at Manchester City now as unbeatable. Like, that's it. They've won 4 in a row, they'll probably get 5. But you've got to think it's another year on. The players are getting a little bit older. I won't say people are getting wise to the way that they play, but I think now people are thinking, well, do you know what? Like, if we do have a go at this team, we can get opportunities.
So does that mean the fear factor's gone? Is that what
a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, they've gone 4 years, and I think I said it a couple of days ago on the show, and you look at their kind of transfer business, they've got some world-class players in their squad, right?
Of course.
But when Pep buys these players, he doesn't buy them at the peak. He turns them into world-class players. De Bruyne from Wolfsburg. Rodri obviously came in after Fernandinho. Haaland's probably the only one, the exception you'd say, of recent times where they've bought someone who's at the peak of his powers, and you go, right, he's going to get better, but he's already world-class. Grealish from Villa, the potential was there, turned him into a fantastic player. I just wonder now in January, with the way that Manchester City have gone about their business, is this the first time in a long time Pep goes into the market and goes, you know what? I need to go and find a ready-made, not someone who's got potential, like Savinho, good player, but
a 27-year-old right now that can deliver right now.
That's ready to go right now. I just wonder. I know he doesn't like to do that, and he hasn't done that for a while, but this might be the time this season where he goes, you know what? I need someone who's got a bit of substance now that can go in and play now and is ready to go right now.
Surely it's just a bit of burnout as well. I mean, you look at sort of their spine, if you like, and the spine of that team have all played 60 plus games for the last 7 years. They've gone deep in every single competition. And I wonder if the business that he's done in the last 2 seasons just hasn't been good enough to support that spine. Like, Mateus Nunes has come in and it's not worked,
but again,
has it? Potential. Yeah. Doku's come in. Again, potential.
This is my point. I wonder if even, like, we look at Ederson, right? And Ederson has been phenomenal. They got him from Benfica when he was good, but he's not world class. Now he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I just wonder if he's looking at the squad and going, because it clearly needs a rebuild. Like,
there'll be people listening to this though thinking we're crazy. I mean, they'll have the small violins out. They've spent hundreds of millions. Hundreds. Even the ones that have come in that have not delivered. Mateus Nunes wasn't cheap. Doku wasn't cheap. Kovacic wasn't cheap. Guardiola wasn't cheap.
They spent a lot of money,
They spent a lot of money on these players.
But you know what? They spent a lot of money, but not as much as you'd think compared to other clubs. And look what they've won by spending what they spent. I mean, they're a club, Eric Ten Hag at Man United alone, over 600 million. I think Arteta's closing in on 700 million. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
that's a lot. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's
in
a lot
comparison
of money.
to others, yeah.
It's a lot of money, but I wonder. You look at the squad; it needs to freshen up. I know Ruben Diaz; he wasn't there; he's injured, but I mean, he's a phenomenal player. Ruben Diaz.
I think he was on the bench. Was he on the bench? I think he was on the bench.
He's 27, but you've got Gundogan, who's wrong side of 30 now. You've got Kyle Walker, who for me is the best right back in Premier League history. But he's over. The cracks are starting to appear a little bit there. De
Bruyne's legs
over 30.
Gone, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got a few players that are just. I wouldn't say they're past it, because that's ridiculous to even say that. But I'm saying about even someone like Nathan Ake is 29, but it's not past 30, but still has played a lot of football recently. I just wonder if it's now time for maybe Pep to maybe mix it up a little bit. And I know I feel like I'm sounding daft because I'm saying Pep needs to mix it up. But this is crisis. For Manchester City, this is crisis. And any other club, fans and the board would be questioning the manager. 6 in the bounce? Nah, it's not good enough. Yeah. Because it's Pep, we all expect him to get it right.
And he probably will. It's Pep, he probably will.
See? Even that...
He probably will, isn't it? Well, the history book says, I mean, he's won 18 trophies at City in 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that averages 2 trophies every season. He probably will get it right. Did we see signs of him finally cracking up a little bit in the post-match press conference?
Yeah, because I think in some respects, right, that result last night, the 3-3 is worse than the 4-0 against Spurs. And the reason why I say that, because I'm talking from a mentality point of view, because 4-0 against Spurs, you just got destroyed. So there's no, you look back at the videotape on, when was it they played? Sunday. So Monday, you look back at the videotape, do the analysis. We were out of position for this goal. This wasn't good enough. This wasn't good enough. But it's these type of results where you're 3-0 up, cruising, and from nowhere, you only leave with a point. That sometimes could do more damage. Yeah, because from a mentality standpoint, you can't work out with your head where it starts to go wrong. All right, and Liverpool next for Pep. So no win in 6 could be no win in 7 going to Anfield. Their record going to Anfield hasn't been good in recent years.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker.